$1.293 million. Would you feel happy if you got that 7% and you got a higher price and you didn't have to fix it up? We contract it with you, and then I will let you know who comes in to finish this deal and close in 30 days. Yeah, man, I'd love to do this. This is a great deal.
Yeah, I'm not really excited about that right now. Hello?
Hey, this is Ryland. Do you remember talking to me? Sorry, I called you on my other work number. Yeah, we spoke last year a couple times. You had put, so I work with a marketing partner that does all the marketing. You had filled out a form saying you were looking to sell, and then I had talked to you about doing it creatively, telling you I had done a deal right there in Denver like that. You remember all that?
I do, yeah.
Okay, well, I was just checking in with you, man. Have you had any other thoughts about it or had any other ideas? Because
No, the highest offer I got is $740. That was a wholesaler. But I've been watching the market. The market's been going up, and we've been working on the house. It looks even better now. So I think our next step is we're just going to put it on the market, but we're going to do it as FSBO.
Yeah.
I do have a realtor friend that, an acquaintance, I guess. She says she can put it on the MLS for $2,000, and then that's it. That's all our involvement. It's just that.
Wow. Yeah, man, you got the connections. That's incredible. Well, do you know how much you're looking to list for or take for it?
Well, the same floor plan sold for, I think, $848, something like that. It was more staged than mine, but it was, I don't know, they just did it all in black and white and made sure there was no furniture in there. But it also didn't have the extra finished square footage mine does. I have an extra bedroom and bathroom. So, I don't know, I probably could get really any offer above 820 I'm gonna take probably.
Well, let me ask you this. Did you still have interest in doing something creative as far as allowing us to take over the payments on your existing mortgage and then paying you the equity that you have and meeting the price that you're comfortable with as well?
Well, the problem with that is that I wouldn't get much down payment, I don't think. I had another group that was talking to me about doing something like that, and we were talking about, they only wanted to put down $75,000 on that, and I could walk away with $400 if I sold it.
Okay, and do you have the exemption on the taxes, so you will be not having to pay 40% on that or 38% on taking a cash sale?
I'm pretty sure. I'm just finishing up my taxes this week. I have the date I moved out as a primary residence.
Okay.
And I believe it's still within the 5 years, yeah. So I think it's 5 years. I know it was when I was in the military, but I know the military was a little different.
Okay. Would you be interested in taking the payments over time with interest so that, it would net you more if you don't have to put it to use right away? Because we can come with a down payment and all that and come up to a price you like. I can do different things to move it around to make you feel like, you're getting all sides of it that you need. Of course, the biggest part is just your interest in what you're doing with the cash. But if you don't need it and you say, hey, this is my home that I understand and I'm fine to make interest off of it and make more out of this whole transaction as a result of getting interest, I'd be glad to pay you that interest so that you could net more overall. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I'm not really excited about that right now.
Okay.
I think, yeah, because I was thinking about that. But the thing is, I got a big payment to the IRS coming up, and then some credit card from rehabbing that house and the one I'm in now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to having the cash because I figure anything over 400, because I should come out with like 430, 440. So anything over the 400, I'm going to invest. Anything over that, I'm going to use to pay off debt.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think so right now. But again, I haven't even listed yet.
Sure.
Really needs some more work. It doesn't need it, but it could use a paint job on the outside. It was a relatively new paint job, but they didn't do a great job, I don't think. The problem is they didn't sand and finish the wood.
Is that right?
Before. There's some wood bits and stuff, so I need about $3,000 worth of work put into it to make it really pretty.
Yeah, definitely for that market stuff. I'll tell you, man, I would love to do this with you in a way that makes sense and gets you interest. I mean, heck, man, even if you had mentioned an interest rate before, like, is there any number
Yeah, we were gonna do 7%.
Yeah. Yeah, that's possible.
If I was gonna carry the note, yeah.
Listen, so if you're saying 820 or whatever, what if we could even do something like a little bit more, if you do the full 30-year term, and if it's like even something like 850 and 7% on your equity part, right? And then get you some kind of down payment, because I'll just be honest with you, the way that I work with these is I have a lot of business owners that I work with that need depreciation on their taxes. So they'll buy property like this, and they will kind of see the best way to cash flow it, which I know you have it rented out by the room, right?
I do, yeah. It has 5 bedrooms.
Yeah, that's awesome that you do that. It's a great model. Yeah, so they are buying to depreciate their business taxes, and instead of paying Uncle Sam or the IRS, they'll buy property like this. Or I have people that will buy that, like I mentioned to you before, I believe, that don't qualify for traditional financing because they're self-employed and they show low amounts on their taxes, but they make really good money every month, and they just want home ownership and can't get it because they don't know how, and they're paying, they could pay any amount, but and they can also be underwritten as well to show that they can pay, and all that can be clear as well. But that's 2 options that I have that I bring, and then I just make my money by, they pay us a referral fee for getting them connected, and then they close on it directly with you. So that's the options that I have. But would you feel happy if you got that 7% and you got a higher price and you didn't have to fix it up?
I'll have to think about it. I probably need to finish the tax thing before then I'll know the numbers better of what I want to do and what I want to talk about.
All right, well,
probably we'll be done with that in about 2 weeks. So if you want to call back, I'll probably not, but I'll think about it, and I will look at the numbers.
Yeah, just so you have it as an option. I understand. Listen, I'm just an option for people. It's quite a decision, and it has to work for what you need. But man, I would love to get you more money. Dude, that's $400,000 at 7% is really, it's great. We could get you some money if but I will tell you, for your consideration, if this scenario floated in your mind, like, how much cash down would it have to be if it's something you would even entertain?
Well, the least would be 100.
Okay. Yeah, and 7% on your equity. Remaining balance on it, is it around 400,000?
It's probably 310 on by the time it's sale.
Oh wow. Yeah, I pull stuff. My system pulls stuff from county records, but it's not. It's never accurate because.
Well, I pay extra. It doesn't show that usually. It just
Ah.
calculates what
Okay.
the
Yeah.
payment is.
Yes, it goes by averages and loans written at that time, and that's amazing. I tell you, man, you are really savvy at this to rent this out like this, and to be paying extra. I do not talk to a lot of people like that, so that's really cool. Well, so yeah, the rest is equity. So, that's crazy. That's a good deal, dude. I mean, just tell me openly. I mean, and it's fine if you don't do this, but I mean, dude, that's a great setup. I mean, you're just thinking
It
about
is, but the drawback on it is it's not diversified, so it's a big chunk of money that's all wrapped up into one investment instead of a couple different investments.
Well, that's smart as well. I can't say anything about that. That's the truth. Well, at least
But I'll do my taxes and I'll look at it and look at the numbers so that I know what I'm talking,
Yeah,
what reality is and stuff.
Oh yeah, for your cash
It probably
sale.
won't go up on the MLS no, probably 2 months out before I'm ready to, and it usually takes me longer than I think. So
Yeah, always. And two, with me, remember, you don't have to do any of that stuff. If it's something you want to do, you let me know probably, and then I can probably get it actually closed and done in 30 days. To be honest with you, I've got some.
So you're saying they pay your commission? I don't have to pay anything?
That's right. So any of these numbers is basically what we contract with you, and then I just see if I can get a little finder's fee from them for like bringing them this opportunity, and I will let you know who they are, and I will be very open about everything to make sure that
There wouldn't be any realtor involvement, right?
Correct. Yeah, you don't have to pay. So if it's 100K to you, it's 100K to you. If the 850 happens and take off the 310, so 540. Does that sound right?
Yeah, do the math, I'm sure.
Well, yeah, so I'm just subtracting that. I just thought, because I was thinking about when we spoke before. Oh, I guess anyway, so yeah, 540. Which, by the way, I tell people is phantom equity because the cost to close a home is more, but we also have the closing.
It's not that much if there's not a realtor involved. Yeah, you save a lot.
Exactly. And that, but also the other usually 6% of closing costs and whatnot, whatever it ends up being with the transfer taxes and everything. So we can also cover the closing cost as part of what we bring. So you'd have the 100K, the price you name. If we can do that 850, if we can get the 7%, you're giving me some hurdles, but I can try to just get you that, and then I just have them give me a fee too, and then I let you know that I've found this person, and yeah, they just can come in, and it's just like a normal closing through a title company and everything. And once all that's settled with the title company, you get that at closing, and then you just start receiving payments from a third-party servicer that has that automatically go into your account every month. That's it. It just starts like that. So yeah, you can see what it looks like for your capital gains, if that's an issue and all that. If this is a right, just kind of what you think. Just let me know.
So under that way, when does the actual sale occur?
So I mean,
at closing, right?
Correct. Yeah. So it'd be like,
Okay.
yeah. So if we set it today, and then you give me 30 days to work on it, I'd be like, hey, we've got a really good person. Here's his, here's what we can do, and all that. And then I make sure you're comfortable with it and all that. And then title would just do their normal checks on the property with the county and all that. They're just looking for other liens or anything out there, anything that needs to be cleared on title. If all that's good, then it could just close in 30 days and you would have the 100K and have the, I don't know if they go ahead and put in a payment up front, but anyway, the automatic payments just start every 30 days.
Yeah, usually you give them a month.
Right, yeah. Well, it's just that it's because you have that underlying note, and I think on the other one we did, I think they might have actually included one with escrow. It just depends on the timing, because they make sure, and see, the other thing that servicer does is they make sure that the loan is paid on your behalf. So it's still building your credit, by the way. And they make sure it's done 6 days before it's due, so you can see that hit your email and set up whatever alert you want. And you just see that that's done every month like that, as well as they auto deposit the amount due to you, which at 540, let me plug that in. That's one number to think about as far as your other stuff you're working on. So 540 for the 7%. As far as just thinking about numbers anyway, it looks like let me take this stuff because it always includes property taxes, all this. I'm just trying to get the payment from the interest. Yeah, it looks like 3,593 if the equity is 540,000. And again, I say phantom equity because, like, if you really sold your house, there would be quite the number of fees. But we just say, listen, as part of the benefit of this service, you just call that full equity your number. So 547% would be 3,593. So, and 100K at close and covering the closing cost. And so,
I worry about that, but that's a big note. And what if they get foreclosed on? Do I get the house back?
Yeah, so you would have the foreclosure rights outlined by. I would also look at it like, why wouldn't somebody pay? Because the last one we did, it was $5,500 a month, and some of these people's incomes, dude, it's nothing for them. It's not a big deal, and their family's in there.
I need one of those incomes.
Right. I'm telling you, yeah, some of these guys with these businesses, online businesses, service businesses, I mean, it becomes a game of, they have 500,000, several million due in taxes. So instead of doing that, they use these depreciation methods outlined to buy this real estate instead with that same money and depreciate their expenses and all that. So yeah, dude, there's some big hitters out there that want to do this stuff. And dude, by the way, from that number 35, one question would be, as far as explaining it to anybody on my side, do you know how much revenue you have come in, just top line revenue under your model of what you're renting right now?
Well, I keep one room open as a guest room that they can use at no charge.
Wow.
So I only rent out 4 rooms, but I have a guy just gave me 10 days notice, and I've already got the follow-on guy ready to move in on the day he moves out. So it's a pretty. But to answer your question, it's 1,100 times 4.
Oh, okay, that's great.
And I'm charging low. That's why it rents so fast.
No, that's cool. It's totally worth it. And is it kind of like a cool environment for people, like a benefit where they want to have some other people that they can chill with there, or is everybody kind of keep to themselves?
It just depends. because I rent it furnished rooms, and that month to month,
Oh,
there's a lot of turnover.
interesting. Okay.
So, but it's called a tech center, so it's like an area where there's a lot of offices.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they have people move like for a year to work here. It's like Xfinity is here, which is Comcast, and then Dish and Visa, and there's another one, and there's a couple big coding companies that are right here, and so you get a lot of people come for like a year or so, and
Cool.
And it's the best school district in the area, so yeah.
See, and it's no, dude. That area. My buddy did a flip there recently, actually. Last year, I think. But yeah, man. So it's something to think about. But
it is definitely.
the positives are, it is an asset that you know and understand super well. And with that down payment, what I tell people also is, hey, if for some reason somebody that has a lot of money is not paying for this, you can foreclose and go through that process and get the house back and keep everything that you've got. And you can rent it out again, or you can sell it again. Or you can call me and say, hey, it seems like something's weird with this, and I'll probably have 4 other people waiting to pay that down payment again and go in there. So the thing to really consider is, why wouldn't you let somebody pay this to get you that payment? Because I understand you've got reasons for a cash sale, people always do, but there's a cool benefit of these payments with interest and and two, think about it. So if an investor doesn't want to come in, which they can, which that would be a real benefit, because that's just another side. But if you have a family in there, I mean, we know a lot of people that are paying a lot in rent, and they are losing it for decades. So they just would love to have home ownership and be able to build that equity, and they would never want to leave it. They would absolutely never want to leave it, because it's their dream. I'd love for it to be the right thing for you. I understand if it's not, but it's really good money. It's really good money for you, and a good sale price. I can try to bring you everything that you're looking for there. And, let's say they need to do something with the paint or the wood floor or whatever. They can do that. They're fine with that. And two, I'll tell you, once several of those payments come in and you realize, wow, this is just automatic, and, it's just coming in, people forget about it. Like, it just runs and it goes. And what is this? With this amortization, by the way, that's a 30-year note. The interest paid on that over 30 years is $753,000 from your initial $540,000 principal. So it's a total of $1.293 million. So you'd be looking at taking in $43,104. Yeah, let me know. Let me know, man. I would love to be able to work on this and bring it to you. It wouldn't involve any work or fixing up. We can handle all of that and just kind of, work it. I've got guys I got people right now banging down our door trying to get these. So I think I could give you even some possible options. My name's Ryland again. I will shoot you a text from this number. It's my business line. And just let me know if you have any questions or thoughts or whatever. It's a completely open process. I will tell you that. We contract it with you, and then I will let you know who comes in to finish this deal and close in 30 days. Or whatever timeline. It doesn't have to be. It can be whatever you want. I just say that because people usually want it done.
Yeah, I don't need a rush.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you got revenue there. So yeah, it could be 30, 60, whatever you want. But yeah, man, I'd love to do this. It's a great deal. It's a great deal. That pays off your loan for you and gets you paid that amount as well. What is, by the way, do you know your PITI total payment on your current mortgage with everything included?
Yeah, I think it's 2,400.
Okay.
Well, it might be up to either 2,400 to $3,000, somewhere in there.
So even as for an investor, if they did the 5 rooms at 5,500, what do you think the max rent per room could be if you're at 1,100 and you're under market? You said you think you could get a little more out of per room?
Yeah, you'd probably get it just kind of also depends on how fast you would rent it.
Yeah.
So,
oh, right.
But
yeah, you don't want the vacancy.
I think 12 or 1250.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I could probably get that. Because the 3 of the 5 bedrooms are master bedrooms with the bathroom in the bedroom.
Oh, wow. That's a great setup for this. You cannot do this.
That's what I looked for when I got it.
Dude, that's so smart. Yeah, it's actually become more popular now because it's just so hard to it's near impossible to cash flow as a long-term rental with the prices and rent rates where they're at. So people do stuff like this.
Right.
But you figured it out.
There's companies set up now just for this.
Yeah, exactly.
Like for the renting of the room rentals.
Right. Yeah. You were early, man. That's smart. But yeah.
Since the 90s.
Oh wow.
They used to do it in the old days though. It was called a boarding house. I've had 13. I started in 1992.
Okay. Wow. Dude, that's amazing. It's just you sound younger, like you're 30 or something.
57.
Oh wow, man. I always thought I was talking to you and you were like 30. I was like, man, this guy is so smart to be doing this. How did he figure this out at this age? Because you sound so much younger. That's hilarious. I was off on that. Well, oh man. Well, yeah, it's something to consider. That is good. That's a good monthly check and an asset that you know, whatever you need, my man. You let me know. I can send you a contract that outlines everything. It essentially just says what we spoke about, the 850, 7% at 400,000. Oh, sorry. What is that? What was I writing there?
Yeah, I will. I'll have a better idea once I get the taxes done.
Yeah, let me know what that looks like. Or if you just like this and you feel like that 100K can cover what you need, and then with those payments, because the payments equate to like $43,104 a year. So
yeah, but that's before that's before the payment gets taken out.
I believe that's just your equity. Yeah, man. Because that where you're winning is at 7%. That makes that payment really serious.
So we'll talk after I do my taxes.
All right. Well, thank you for your time.
All right. Well, nice talking to you again.
Yes, sir. You have a good one. We'll talk soon.